As I was coming out here, the police officer gave a hand like this, Jesus to me the cross. So there's some black Americans trying to harm me in this neighborhood, and the police don't help me. They always try to jump me, say they don't want me to see me anywhere. I should get the fuck out of here. Like they want to get me deported. So it's been going on for so long now, and the police are inciting the violence also. They said there's a battery talk here recently on last week Wednesday. That would be October 14. Wednesday should be October 15, 2025. They said there was a police officer killed by a Spanish person this year, and then they came and put his name. The Spanish person killed that police officer in Queens, but they came and created the memorial for him. You can go. You can go. Hello, Miss. You can go. Yeah. So they came and created a memorial for that police officer. Yeah, in this Battery Park, and some black Americans come to lynch me. So why should somebody be killed in Queens by a Spanish male? If in New York NYPD, white police officer was killed in Queens by a Spanish man, and you come and do this memorial here. They've already buried him already, and he came and inducted his name in the memorial here. It wasn't killed in this neighborhood, and I wasn't. There's a 9/11 memorial, because this is Manhattan terminal of the Standard Ferry. Lower Manhattan. There's a 9/11 memorial around here also. So why bring it to this neighborhood instead of trying to the police and the governor and the mayor? They're trying to incite a civilian and police attack on me, and the police officer was already stretching his hand like Jesus Christ knelt on the cross. He did something like this, both hands. As soon as I came out the bathroom by the turnstile here, you know, and now I don't have this on my phone, so it's be hard for me to upload the video. So they're inciting violence against me. They said when the police, when the Spanish male killed the police officer in Queens early this year, the governor went to the funeral. The police were screaming at the governor, and they turned their back. And the governor got no telling and screaming that you should give them power. They want power, and they turned their booty to face her. They turned away from her. And it seems they were mocking me as a bottom, because sexually in the gay parents have considered bottom because I'm feminine. So and they turned their bottom towards her. And since then, she's been telling the police to go ahead about arresting homeless and framing up. So it's crazy. This Mayor Adams also starts joining in. So I think what they'll try to do is to, destroy image of poor people like me in public. So in case the civilian Black American gang they're trying to kill me, my mother said those are part of the Black American gang, you know, of the narcotic gang. She said that try to kill people for inheritance money. So I believe that there's something in America called ghetto lottery. Some people believe if they can, set up a police brutality matter and cash in. So they're trying to. There's a Black American gang working on my mother's daughter's brother and trying to get the police to kill me, and they want to start by jumping me and inciting the police to also join in to make it look like I'm just a crazy Nigerian immigrant and I'm a danger to people in America, so that the police can choke me dead also, and then my mother's daughters can go cash in on the money. So this is savagery, and I need donations to expose this in court. My cash app is NYC Homeless. I've been seeing my mother's daughter Balani come here all the way from Pennsylvania. She's been frequenting here a lot, and she's lodged in a 5-star hotel called Four Seasons near the New York City office of Corporation Counsel. They are the ones that represent police officers that kill civilians. And one day I saw that Bolani wear all blue, and she was stalking me around that area. So I normally go shop at the Target store. I was coming out of the Target store. She was going in and she was pushing a baby stroller. When my mother died in 2015, my mother said she didn't have any child. And I think she's much older now. Why would she have a baby stroller? So I don't know if someone's paying her. And whatever's going on, they say in America you can, you can adopt a child and co-raise it with somebody and be paying child support. I don't know what is going on. And a guy also raped me, said he wanted to marry me. When in 2020, they locked up all the bathrooms in the train station. I couldn't find a bathroom to use. So I went to the Yankee Stadium, number 4 train. I went to the police precinct. I told them I wanted to use the bathroom. They told me no, I can't come in. And the guy showed up around the area so I could follow him home. He let me use the bathroom in his house. And when we got to his house, he raped me, said he wanted to get married right away. As I just met you, I'm not looking for marriage. I'm trying to sue the police for taking my home Montana in 2010, and the immigration, and the immigration for arresting me roughly as a child. So I said, I'm not looking to get married with anyone, just to get housing. And he raped me and kicked and beat me up. I had to call the police to come and free me, and they wouldn't arrest me either. So please, I'm looking for donation, non-conditional humanitarian assistance, donations only. I'm not looking for marriage with anyone. I'm not looking to become friends with anyone. I'm not looking to any master-slave relationship with anyone. I'm not looking to any cult, religious cult to anyone like this. A pastor preaching on Instagram that any Christian, all your money belongs to church. I don't believe in that. My money is my money. My money doesn't belong to any church. And in case I'm killed, only civil rights activists, or I die, only civil rights activists like me should administer my estate. No family member or friend should administer my estate, and get justice for me and my late mother. And the rest of my assets should be donated in charity to those suffering in the former like me and my late mother, and those being deported by Trump should prioritize. No movie should be made about me. In case I die, I'm killed. I'm very guarded about my image, and nobody will be able to represent me, portray me the way I would like to be portrayed. Nobody really knows me that well. They won't be able to tell my story accurately. So I believe there's a gang that also wants to kill me because my mother used to tell me I look like Michael Jackson when I was young. So they believe they could they could kill me and do a movie about me and claim I came to America to try to become Michael Jackson, and I died in the process. And some black Americans don't like Africans, and they feel maybe some black Americans will watch that movie with mocking Africans that were copycat, because there's some black American rappers that are rapping. There are foreigners. There are some foreigners that are fake and imitating them, like especially like African rappers and British rappers. So I believe, they've been trying to kill me to mock Africans. So absolutely nobody should do a movie about me without my full participation in the beginning and the end. And also and I don't wish to be killed. I'm not part of any cult, religious cult. I don't wish to die and be resurrected. I don't wish anybody to create a baby for me. So wherever they want to take this cruelty to, the world should make sure I get justice. I know family member, friends should get money from my state. I've been trying to get a will, but they said New York law is so complicated. You have to have an ID and have 2 witnesses co-sign your will. I don't really know anybody that will co-sign my will. I'm homeless, and people don't really like Africans or homeless people here. I'm also LGBT, so that's the reason why I don't have a will right now. But under the right of sepulchre, it says, somebody's wish when they're alive should be carried out in their death also. So absolutely no family member or friend should inherit anything from me. It would be an abuse of my rights. I want all my stuff donated to charity. As a Christian, even the Bible said it. Told the rich guy to sell all he had and give it to Jesus, to God, and give it to the poor, so that I can make heaven. So I suffer so much on earth, and in case I die or I'm killed, my Christian belief, and it's not just my Christian belief, it's something, it's a cause I believe so much in. I suffer from xenophobia, and I was in immigration prison as a child here. As I said, the U.S. immigration law doesn't allow green card holders to bring children for certain green cards, like the one my mother had. And my mother's daughter filed a green card for her, Bolanle, and when she came in 1998, she said they wouldn't give her food, and they didn't help me come here with my mother. That Bolanle should have investigated. She was 21 years old when she filed a green card for my mother, and she should have investigated if that green card would allow me to come with my mother. So she got me into this mess whereby I was in immigration prison, and I had an immigration case for 8 years, and I couldn't go to college. And my mother would always reach out to that Bolanle. She had a house, she didn't have a child, she was working full time, she was a U.S. citizen, and my mother would encourage that Bolanle to help me, and she wouldn't help me. When I was in immigration prison, she used to come to Queens to shop near the prison, and she wouldn't stop by. And when I leave her voicemail, she wouldn't answer. So my mother's always said she's very self-centered and selfish. And it's child abuse when you help create a mother to be separate from a child. When she filed a green card for my mother, I was 14. And my mother said she told her to make sure I also get a visa. There's a humanitarian visa she could have applied for. She just didn't care. It's called the humanitarian parole. For a minor child to come to America so that they won't be separated from their parents, especially because I was in an abusive situation in Nigeria. This valley knows my father was very abusive, physically abusive, to everybody, and she didn't care if, how I was going to get here with my mother. She didn't investigate. My mother told her to hire a lawyer, and she pretended like she has already researched everything and set me up for this. And I see her ignore me. She always comes here, shops and everything, and when I'm begging for money, she just walks past me. So the American law is being used to abuse foreigners, and allowing family members to abuse foreigners also, and they turned the Nigerian citizenship to a biological weapon. Even the black American that was trying to help me, I regarded the police already took him dead. So, that they can use it to kill and kill and kill. My mother suffered a heart attack when I was in immigration prison. And people and the lawyer she paid for wouldn't show up in court also to represent me. You know, so people are allowed to abuse foreigners with impunity, and this is causing some Americans to believe these foreigners were so cursed and beneath them. So the police, as soon as they stretched their hands, both hands, I was like walking towards me like I'm Jesus that's going to be crucified. So they need to arrest those police for inciting riots against me. And they said that police also came and do a memorial for the police officer that was killed early this year. It was killed by a Spanish person. I'm not a Spanish person. Even though my name, Olapopo, some people think it sounds Spanish, but the word Ola is part of my name. But I'm not a Spanish person. So they said bullies like to pick on the most vulnerable people. So they say, and blacks have always gotten lynched for funny reason. Even a white lady got a black American boy lynched, in Mississippi, in Mattel, and she ended up telling the truth decades after the child had died, and they didn't arrest her because she was too old. So a few years ago, the lady that lied on in Mattel, a black American boy in Mississippi, came from Chicago to Mississippi, and the white lady said it was making sexual overtures at her, and the boy didn't do that, and she finally admitted decades later she didn't do that. She just lied on and got him killed on purpose. So a white police officer did this, and Jesus Christ being nailed. Some of these whites or Spanish whites believe they can get a black person killed. It's just a funny joke. Under this Eric Adam. So my life is not safe. So please donate to my Cash App and watch homeless. And they have cameras upstairs that will record it. They always bother me in the bathroom. They'll go and start locking up the bathroom early when they see me, so as to create a stampede so the police can come in and try to kill me. So they're weaponizing the bathroom as a weapon to try to harm me as a Nigerian. So please donate to my Cash App NYC Homeless, and I want to go to court to ask for a stop and desist order to stop this abuse. So this is going on. So they have some black Americans, some of them work for it. Well, I think one of them is standing outside already. Anytime they see me, they start surrounding me, trying to rub their body on me, just to provoke me for a fight. And I tell them, stop it, sexual harassment. They tell them, they'll knock you out if you keep complaining. So all this, they pretend like they're selling tickets for the Statue of Liberty tours. And it's mean they bother a lot of time. And when I call the police won't help me. And this Mayor Eric Adams, a black American, and this Governor Oku said they should be framing homeless people as crazy and arresting us. These are not medical doctors, the police and the civilian. I said a black American homeless also. Jordan Neely, as soon as they brought that order, he was feeling the pinch, and he was complaining that, he's been treated hostilely. His own mother has died, and the white guy snuck behind him and choked him dead. And the white guy said, he feared that Jordan Neely may be physically harm people. And all that Jordan Neely was just doing was expressing his displeasure about the way said things took a dramatic turn, especially since when Eric Adams came into power. And was inciting people to attack civilians, to attack homeless, and treat us like crazy. So a lot of people have been taking advantage of homeless. Even there was a number of times before that Jordan Lee got killed. As soon as Eric Adams became mayor, people tried to lynch me. Black American kids tried to jump me as soon as Eric Adams won the mayorship in 2021 December. And the black Americans that tried to jump me in Brooklyn and ran into a store, they ran after me into the store and broke the glass of the store. And the white guy called 911. Called 911 in Brooklyn, said there's some black Americans trying to beat up a customer for no reason. And the police came, and the white guy told the police near the Barclays Stadium around December 21. And the white guy told the NYPD that he wants a police report for his insurance company, and the police were doing this thing. Every time he asked, I was recording the police at him. Each time he asked for a police report, say for his insurance company, so they can pay for the broken glass, the police will do the same. So I told the police, he wants a police report, and I wanted a police report. He said, no, we're not giving none of you a police report. Until you go away, they told the kids to go away, and the police left also. So this police are in collude with Eric Adams. I believe his mission was to try to set up homeless people like me to get killed by framing us up as crazy. They said this is how they kill people. They said they've killed a lot of black Americans like that. They just framed them as dangerous and crazy. Even Michael Jackson said that. When you start calling a black person crazy in America, you're trying to kill that black person, especially if that person's not crazy. And they've already arrested him in 2019, framed him up as crazy, and Eric Adams was making fun. They used to try to arrest me near his office. Every time I go into the bathroom, the police will come to the bathroom also. At the train station where Eric Adams' office was across the street. And I didn't understand why the police was doing that. Anytime I go to the bathroom, they try to come to the bathroom and kick me out of the bathroom. So I'll tell them, please stop harassing me. I'll go in front of the street. I said, please stop harassing me. And I was standing in front of Eric Adams' office, was the borough president. I said, please stop harassing me. I said, in Nigeria, in Ohio, when Nigerian just became mayor, and in Iowa, they allowed undocumented immigrants to have driver's license. I said, stop trying to set me up for a false arrest or killing. Then I stopped going to that part of Brooklyn, and I started going to another park called Bay Ridge Avenue. And then the police came and jumped me there and choked me, stole my green card. I went and looked up in the side, they were choking me almost dead. One of them put their nail on my neck, and they all were smothering me. I couldn't breathe, and I was screaming, I can't breathe, And then as soon as the police did that to me, this Eric Adams went and made fun of me because I used to ride on the Q train at that time, late at night, and I would go to Bay Ridge Avenue. I said, no more barbecue on the subway. So it sees me like meat to be devoured for black Americans to exploit. So my mother said I should be careful. Our daughters in Pennsylvania, are moving with like a black American gang that specializes in killing people for money and taking the money. But my mother was telling me that soon after that, my mother died. My mother said my daughter was poisoning her food with narcotics, and then my mother had to flee Pennsylvania to come to New York Hospital, Bellevue Hospital, and the daughter showed up 3 days later without my mother telling her what hospital she was in and told the hospital to lock her up. So, around that time also after my mother was killed, this Eric Adams was trying to get me killed. I guess that the black American guy can get the money. And he became mayor. They said Bloomberg sponsored. I was trying to get Bloomberg to be held accountable also because his policy of police brutality on people's homes, there was a lawsuit filed, Floyd versus City of New York. Around that time, the police took our home, my mother's home, without an eviction order, kicked us out. Eric Adams was trying to help me and my mother, and he took Eric Adams dead. So he said this Bloomberg sponsored Eric Adams to become mayor. And this Eric Adams, as soon as he became mayor, he was trying to assassinate me, creating all these ruses. It was a police officer, so I guess, and they've been using their bad cops, like this one that stretched his hand as soon as he saw me. Like Jesus Christ assassinated. And they've been hiring some black Americans to troll me. When I go into the store, they follow me to the store, try to start a fight with me. And this Eric Adams was saying the police should be arresting homeless and treating us like mentally ill. Later at night also, they noticed I always come late at night to use the bathroom. And as soon as I arrived, one day I arrived on the one train, and the black American police officer was surrounding me. Say, hurry up and leave. Hurry up before I fuck you up. I'm like, excuse me, I'm not a prisoner. I'm already leaving. He said, hurry up now and leave, I was saying, get out of here fast and check the back door. Don't take the front door. I'm like, look, I'm closer to the front. I said, no, go check the back door. And it was letting the white take the front. I said, no, you can't do this. Rosa Parks fought for blacks to be able to ride the front or back of the train, or to be able to not be restricted to the back. So, and they were just trying to get me here so they can kill me and hope I wouldn't have any witness. And that police officer was like saying, oh, I see you're recording me now. As in the middle of the attack, I started recording it. He said, now I'm going to really fuck you up for recording. I'm like, okay, stop using dirty language around me, stop harassing me. And his supervisor was watching. His supervisor didn't say nothing. So they've been trying to set me up for a black American, lynching of me. They say some black Americans like Africans. So this is what I'm going. Wow.